Welcome back to Scoop CD. If you listen to the show, you know I don't love lists, but somehow, some way, I have come around on these things. Because here we are, 6 months in, and we're wrapping the show up here with a list because I do like this idea. One of our producers, Jeremy, came up with it, and he said, essentially, this is what we're going to do. We're going to go through each... Oops, let's do it again.
Hold on. You're hitting something.
Oh.
On your desk or something, and it is.
All right, Chase, so here's what I want you to do. I want you to share the 5 players or coaches, teams, or ownership that have the most riding on these playoffs. Okay, so essentially, the most pressure. This thing is hot. Heat, steaming.
Yeah, so you're talking legacy here, in my opinion. Yeah. Playoff legacies on the line. This is in no particular order, and we'll just go one by one.
All right, fair.
It does 5 to 1, 1 to 5, whatever. You can be the judge of it. Okay. I will say the biggest storyline for me is easily Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson's currently 2-4 in his career in the playoffs, 2 MVPs, could win a 3rd MVP. How does that affect his legacy if he goes one and done in the playoffs? I know they're playing the Steelers at home. That game can be tricky. I think that for me, Lamar Jackson to sort of move the needle even more down the road, and I'm a huge Lamar Jackson fan, I think he has to at least get to the Super Bowl. And I know people are like, well, Josh Allen's in that conference. Well, Patrick Mahomes in that conference. Like, how is he going to beat Pat? He's got to find a way to move the needle and to at least get to a Super Bowl. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that's fair, and I think they know it. I think he knows this.
Yes.
Okay, he's outstanding. He's an MVP. He's all the things that you listed off. But as we know, you're not great until you get that Super Bowl. Until you get that ring, you're not in that category of greatness. And he's close. And this could be the season. Okay, next.
Next, Mike Tomlin. Sounds a little crazy, and I'm actually not in, and it's all the rage right now, especially in Pittsburgh. Is Mike Tomlin on the hot seat? Does Mike Tomlin have to wait?
It's every year.
It's every year. I will say they haven't won a playoff game since 2016. He has a Super Bowl and been to another, okay? And the Super Bowl run was special. The thing that Mike Tomlin, and this is the only complaint I have against him, because I think he is one of the greatest coaches of all time. Quite honestly, never had a losing season. He's only one of 4 coaches to ever do that. The other 3 are in the Hall of Fame. Okay, so I think he's Hall of Fame worthy type coach. He has yet to fix the quarterback problem that the Pittsburgh Steelers have had. Since Big Ben has been there, it's been a revolving door of, since Big Ben's a lot left, it's been a revolving door of quarterbacks. In this day and age, you have to prove that you can get a quarterback, that you can draft a quarterback, and that you can develop a quarterback, because as the quarterback goes, the team goes. And I get it. You're a defensive guy. You're a special teams guy. You're a CEO type coach. That defense was really good at the start of the year, has really struggled the last really 6-7 weeks of the season, really since week 12, I would say, is a turning point. Russell Wilson, if they lose 5 in the row, and if they lose in this first round, boy, that seat's going to be hot just from the outside. I don't think so, but I think it's a huge game for Mike.
Yeah, and this just actually almost comes full circle to what we started the show talking about, which is these coaches looking for the right organizations. And quarterback is number 1 for this exact reason. It does not matter how good you are if you don't have the QB. It's tough, and he's done a good job of trying to navigate this, but until he gets it, it's going to be really difficult for them to get back to the Super Bowl. All right, I'm good with these 2. Next.
All right, I like it. The next one is, I'm going to say the quarterback, but think of it from a team perspective. Think of it from a head coach perspective, and that quarterback's Sam Darnold. For me, Sam Darnold has completely changed the trajectory of his career, in my opinion. 14-3 this year, great season. I would say great season. He threw for over 4,200 yards, a lot of touchdowns. 14-3, yet you lose to the Lions twice, okay? And you lose to the Lions in what was for the number 1 seed. And quite honestly, it was the worst game of his year, okay? Also, on the other flip side of that, this is the second year out of 3, I believe, that Kevin O'Connell has won 13 games, or at least over 12 games. And we know how that first year went when they lost to the Giants. They cannot be one and done again. Look, KOC's my coach of the year. I get it. I'm just saying he's proven he can win into the regular season. Can he take that next step, win some playoff games with a Sam Darnold? Like, you're not telling me that doesn't mean a lot. I think it has a lot to do not only with KOC, but then you look at this contract of Sam Darnold, right? Sam Darnold's currently made $68 million in career earnings. He could potentially see a deal worth 3-year, $120 million if he does a really good job. Obviously, the franchise tag is out there. This is a huge game for the Vikings.
Yeah, they both have the ability and potential to make so much money if they win games.
Wow.
Look, I still think the Vikings are going to pay Kevin O'Connell a boatload of money when his contract gets done. But I'm sure a lot of extra sugar on top will be put there if they make a run to New Orleans, right?
Yep.
So, all good.
Next one, Chargers, Justin Herbert. I think for me, Justin Herbert, he's yet to win a playoff game. And I was a part of his first playoff loss. And we lost by when we were up 27 points, the second largest comeback in NFL history. Okay. Not a good look. However, this year, I love what Herbert's doing. 23 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. And quite honestly, he's done it this year with a lot less. Love what Quentin Johnston is doing. I love Ladd McConkey. He's a rookie. I love Josh Palmer. None of these are bona fide number ones. Now, I think Ladd McConkey can be, but he's done it without a starting running back this year. He's done it when this defense was in a little bit of a slump. I think that he needs to get this playoff win in Houston for guys outside of me and guys outside of the Justin Herbert to really prove he's an elite quarterback.
I see your point about the proving, but I lean a little bit more towards giving him some grace because of those things that you painted, because I don't think their roster's that great, because this is the first year under Jim Harbaugh. I still believe, I think stock is up. For Justin Herbert. No, like, I am betting on him for everything next year. At least if they have
I'm a Herbert defender because I like him, but I played.
Yeah, you know it so well.
I know him so well, and I just know what people will say if he loses a playoff game.
It's a good point. It's a good, especially to Houston, a team that's been struggling a bit and really have spent the whole year trying to get it all right at the same time. All right,
your Super Bowl pick. Last one is
I changed it to the Eagles. Next,
yeah. Okay, bandwagon. Last one sounds crazy, but Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes has 15 playoff wins. Okay. And Patrick Mahomes going to go down as one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time when it's all said and done. I truly believe that. However, Patrick Mahomes has a chance to do what no other quarterback in NFL history has done. And that's win 3 straight Super Bowls. And Patrick Mahomes, he cares about legacy. He cares about what people think. He cares. He wants to be that person. He was talking about it a day after they went back to back. Well, it's never been done. Might as well go try and do it. This is his chance. They're at home throughout the playoffs. I think they can do it. Patrick Mahomes could really, really, truly vault himself into the greatest of all time conversation with a three-peat.
I want to correct you. They were talking about it the second they won the Super Bowl last year. Remember I told you I was running into the locker room with Travis and he said to me, going for 3. And I was like, "What? The game's over. What do you mean you're going for 3 points? What do you mean?" He said, "Going for 3. I said 3 Super." And I was like, so stupid. I didn't put together what he was saying, because I was just so they just won the game. They just won the Super Bowl. I cannot believe they have the ability to even think next, but they were, which makes them so great. And what makes you so great is somehow through this relationship, you have proven that now I do love lists. That was really fun. Yeah, you ripped through that really well. I can tell that you do a lot of these at the facility because that was fun. All right, so our friend of the show, Paul Hembo, had this stat up today. He said underdogs are 69 to 105 all time on Wild Card Weekend. An average of 1.5 upsets per season. At least one underdog has won a game in the wild card round in 40 of the last 46 seasons. For me, my underdog, the Denver Broncos. The Denver Broncos. I think they are going to upset the Buffalo Bills. Look, you got a rookie quarterback going into Orchard Park with those maniac fans against Josh Allen. The whole scene, it's cold as hell up there. All the reasons are going against the Denver Broncos. But I love the idea of this sort of naivete, this youthfulness, this youngness that these guys have, and they are just soaking up everything the older guys and their head coach are telling them. And they're just going to go in there and let it rip. And I think that's dangerous.
I love it. I love what you're saying. You say a lot of crazy stuff
Thank
lot
you.
of the times. This might be one of the crazier things I think you've said.
No, crazier, but you get it, right? It's
I get it. I don't think it's going to be a walk in the park for Buffalo. Denver's used to playing in cold weather. It's going to be cold. I mean, Sean Payton's going to have to coach his ass off to get it done. But, I mean, look, it's playoffs. I wouldn't be surprised if anything happens in the playoffs.
I cannot wait for this game. They play Sunday, Broncos at Bills, 1 o'clock on CBS. Are there any other of the ones this weekend? Steelers, Ravens, Broncos, Bills, Packers, Eagles, Commanders, Bucks, Vikings, Rams, Chargers, Texans, obviously, are the first one. Is the first game on Saturday. Of those, what's the one you're...
I'm sort of looking the Monday night game, the Vikings-Rams game for me. How does Sam Darnold bounce back? Does Matthew Stafford continue his hot streak? Who's going to win the coaching battle? Right? It's like teacher versus the student, and Sean McVay and Kevin O'Connell. Like, how's that going to play out? If you remember, the Rams beat the brakes off the Vikings this year. So rematch of that. Looking forward to that one.
Yeah, all those reasons make a lot of sense. On top of the fact that we unfortunately have these horrific fires in Los Angeles, and the teams are dealing with all of that. We'll have a decision on what happens with that game coming up soon. I'm sure we will know. So our thoughts, prayers with everyone there. If those that are listening have family, friends, or even affected by all this, sending all our love and support to you. All right, that'll do it, guys. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch us and listen to us here on Scoop City. Don't forget, you can sign up for the Scoop City newsletter. It's for free. We're also busy, and it does such a good job of just giving you everything you need to know what's going on around the league, especially playoff time. Less teams are involved now, so now we'll just give you everything you need to know in the coaching cycle with all the stuff you want to know about the playoffs coming up. So that'll do it for us. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next time.
Bye, guys. Tag me next time.
Thanks for tuning into Scoop City. If you want to hear more, make sure you like and subscribe. We drop our new episodes every Tuesday and Friday.